It's Media Martyrs time, folks. I'm your host.
Or are you?
Almighty Strauss, a.k.a. Strauss.
With the other host, KEZZUP of KEZZUP Reviews.
Yeah, I don't know how I got here, but apparently we're doing a podcast thing.
Yeah, no, one thing I'm surprised most much is that you're almost always announced second.
Yeah, I don't know. I have mine. I have my own kind of subconscious order that I always put you guys in, which I think is just the order you guys joined the podcast in. Yeah, because
we'll talk about that some other. Because we also have Cash of the Future, which I say every single time in that way. We're also here with Retro K, a man of the 80s.
Greetings and salutations. That's all I gotta say right now.
We have Ism. He has no special title.
I'm the one who swears all the time.
Well, that's hard to tell because I slur my words too, so it's really a slur off. I also sound like you. So, everyone here is going to have a horrible time telling which one of us is talking, or if we're just talking to ourselves.
Because we've said Strauss sounds like Ism, and Roxas says he sounds like Tash. So, we have a whole, we're all just one singular voice kind of thing.
Yeah, we are morphing into one being.
Oh my god.
One of us!
Google gobble, Google gobble.
Ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka.
It all comes tumbling down.
Oh, no. Just introduce Roxas already.
And tumbling down is Phantom Roxas.
That's me.
Ah.
I hate you guys so much.
Can we get through, one episode, can we just get through at least the introductions? Give me that. Where we get through those just normally.
No. Anyway. Since this will hopefully be topical when we actually do release this episode.
Yay.
We are talking about Cartoon Network. The good, the bad, the ugly, why the hell are they doing? Yeah, this is mostly going to be us bitching about canceling of our favorite shows. I fully admit that.
That's right.
Yeah. Guess what show I'm going to be bitching about that they canceled?
Dexter's Laboratory?
Talon Chicken?
You're all wrong.
Yes.
We already know what it is. We're just messing with it.
Symbiotic Titan?
Close enough.
How is it?
Johnny Bravo?
All right. Let's just move on.
Thundercats! Anyway, enough of our goofing around. For those who don't know what Cartoon Network is, it was originally a all-cartoon animated idea brought to you by Ted Turner, a.k.a. Captain Planet! You do that too well, from what I've been told.
A.k.a. the guy that tried to compete with Vince McMahon's WWF, or WWE, and lost the war.
AKA the guy who's going to buy out the Earth at some point.
And
then he's going to send his son back in time to save the world.
God.
Marvel.
In case if you have no idea what you're talking about,
read Marvel.
Yeah.
Or better yet, check out Linkara's review for Marvel on a top the 4
Yeah, don't actually read Marvel.
Yeah.
We care about you.
We're unusual. Yeah, we honestly do.
You don't?
Gentle viewers, we actually love you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Anyway, moving right along with our lights on the highway, let's talk about the good first, because I know the bad's gonna take a while.
Oh
yes.
Yeah.
It will. It definitely will.
Yeah.
we're going to be talking about the ugly for a lot longer than the good. Anyway, I guess I should. Who here actually had Cartoon Network during its inception, or at least was around for it back when, it was kind of a new thing?
I kind of had it. I had it during the 90s, yeah.
I had it during the 90s.
Or at
when we
least
had
watched
cable.
it. And we know Kazzup can't answer because he's too young. So.
Why? I thought we. I actually thought we were taking the high road once, and we just weren't at least gonna mention that.
Oh yeah.
But no, you had to bring it up, of course.
I was.
No, well, it's just gotta. Yeah, we're not insulting you or anything. We're just saying that's just kind of how it.
I know. I'm. It's not like.
Unistar's kind of screwed.
We've gotten past the point where you insulting, like, even if that was meant as an insult, I wouldn't be offended by it.
No, that was not meant as an insult. That just kind of is.
Also, it sounds like someone's pulling up a zipper.
Yeah. Or farting.
Really, really loudly.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of gone now, but... So that was weird.
Whoever did that, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yes. Start...
If you were laughing...
Start pulling your fly up before we start recording. Alright, so Cartoon Network. How about it?
Well, let's talk about the beginning. 1992, on October 1st, at 12 p.m., the Cartoon Network was launched. And what did they show us? They showed us the old school cartoons from the 50s, the 30s, and the 40s. The Warner Brothers, the MGM, and the Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Yeah, nowadays that's...
And the kids, they loved it.
You're reading off the Wikipedia page, aren't you?
No, I'm just saying it like it is.
Wow.
I am.
Actually impressive. But nowadays that role is at least more filled by Boomerang. That's their job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because eventually they wanted original programming. So
back then they did have original programming on Cartoon Network. They had Cartoon Planet with Space Ghost and their late night show Space Ghost Coast to Coast. They were funny.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast. You silly,
Oh yeah.
silly older people.
Oh yeah. That was back when that helped put Cartoon Network on the map. Those shows.
By the way, also starring George Loam, if that means anything to anyone outside of me.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's because you're old.
The zipper sound is back.
Of course not.
Whoever's playing with a zipper, please stop.
Yeah, I thought, I mean, okay, we fully admit we're not professional as people, but we at least try to have semi-professional audio quality. Can we have that?
Apparently, according to Wicca, the channel opened with an introduction by Droopy the dog, and the first cartoon that aired was Rhapsody Rabbit.
The Wikipedia article.
Hey,
We're just...
Yeah, wascally rabbit. Sorry, I had to. That was a...
Well, and Cartoon Network, they did their things back then in the 90s. They had the action block. They had the action block. They had their marathon thing called the Super
Moltar Kids, by the way.
Oh no, this was before This was before Toonami. They had like an action block which would have cartoons like Johnny Quest, the Centurions, the Hanna-Barbera action cartoons, like the Galaxy Trio and all that. The Galaxy Trio, the Impossibles, the original Space Ghost cartoons.
I was going to say this. You mentioned Johnny Quest. We're going to come back to that show when we get to the ugly.
Oh, God.
Oh, yes, we will.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Anyway, to make a long story short, we eventually hit the 2000s. A beautiful time with many great shows, such as Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab. What else want to take over from me? I tell you.
Billy and Mandy.
Cow and Chicken.
Johnny
That
Bravo.
was a bit later.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Bravo. And the other works of Gendy Tartakovsky.
Yeah.
Courage
He's
the Cowardly
one of the
Dog.
greatest living...
Samurai Jack.
And Powerpuff Girls. The greatest show ever.
You obviously did not watch the Cowardly Dog.
Well, anyway, what we're trying to say is there's a lot of great shows back then, and then.
Before the dark times came.
Can we spend more time on the good stuff?
Empire.
With the Fire Nation attack.
Yeah, I guess we should just reminisce.
Yeah.
I guess we'll pause our history lessons and just reminisce about the good times. Back when it was all cartoons, except for Space Jam. Because Space Jam is technically partially like that. I don't care what anyone says, that movie is awful, but I love it anyways.
I don't care what you think. I love that movie.
I do too.
It's
awful.
I did.
Only good thing was Slam Jam.
It technically wasn't a good movie, but I still enjoyed it anyways. But
it's an enjoyably terrible movie.
yeah, here's the thing. I was never really a Cartoon Network kid. I was more a Disney Channel and Game Show Network kind of person. Oh, it sounded like a box just fell over and marbles spilled out all over everywhere.
You know, the funny thing about it, though, is, I never really was a Cartoon Network kid either. It's, I didn't have it. I had basic cable, so I only had WB and Nickelodeon and, what was at that point, UPN.
I did watch Cartoon Network for, Pokemon, but other than that, nothing really.
No, that started on CW. That started up on
Yeah,
WB.
I know it started out, but by the time I got to Pokemon, it had already been given over to Cartoon Network. I believe.
I've always been a Cartoon Network since it came out. Like I said, I got it when I had cable in the 90s, and
All right.
that's the Cartoon Network I remembered.
Pretty much, I was raised on both Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, pretty much.
And Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Fox Kids were the big three for me.
For me, it was like I had like five. It was Fox Kids, WB, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Disney. All of those.
All those Game Show Network kids, put your hands up.
I didn't have Game Show Network as cable, and back then you would have to pay extra for the Disney Channel, so I would often get it on a free preview.
Yeah, I don't actually get Game Show Network anymore, which makes me incredibly sad.
I remember getting Game Show Network, and I got satellite.
Good.
What?
I'm just seeing like a small gif of you just yelling my childhood.
Yeah, pretty much. So, but I mean, I've always heard. What is going on? It's like
someone is doing. Roxas was like you.
Sorry, I was trying to mute it that time.
You did a poor job.
Asshat.
You should feel ashamed of yourselves. You're fired again.
Yeah,
You're fired again.
You somehow managed to become less professional.
Yeah.
You guys have fired me more times than Jason.
Wait,
fired Peter Parker.
I think the FBI is coming in to take Roxas away. That's what it sounds like.
Tash, just get to him whenever you. I mean, like, I'm a zombie now because of Tash.
Yeah, actually, I think maybe the FBI is coming into Tash to arrest him for his manhunt, because that's.
Well, maybe if we guys started this earlier, we would have gotten through this before I got dinner. Now, what did that?
Hey, we
You
did
could've pulled it off,
waited.
man.
We waited so that I could get this higher quality. It was for the show.
We waited patiently, and you ruined everything.
So, anyways,
And everyone
other shows on
keeps
Cartoon Network include.
Sorry about that.
Let's.
My brother out.
Okay,
Anyway,
everyone just stop moving.
What about Ed, Ed and Eddie?
oh yeah, that was awesome.
That was one of the.
Oh yeah, I love that show.
That was
What show?
Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Oh, that was a good show.
Yeah, I remember that was one of the shows. Like, again, I didn't really watch Cartoon Network too much, but whenever I would go over to someone else's house and like they would have it on, that's usually one of the ones I would see people watching, and it was kind. I felt it was kind of like an almost SpongeBob sort of thing, where it was like stupid and smart. It was like intentionally stupid in a smart way kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, at least earlier SpongeBob. Later SpongeBob's just
The,
stupid show.
I just thought the
Please.
premise of that show was just odd. You know, like
It was an
It's a
odd
question-
show, but it was a good one. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I can play some on it.
There's also the theory that it's purgatory, because I think every show needs its
I love that
purgatory theory.
Every popular children's show needs a unnecessary, weird fan theory that makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, let's see. There's the Pokemon one that where Ash is in
Except for the
Chroma theory is the
that
best.
one actually makes some semblance.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the ones where I'm like I get like it does make sense. It's just obviously not real, because if it turns out that that's actually been the entire premise of the Pokemon show the whole time, it will be the most subversive thing ever. It will be like, whoa, man, mind blown.
But yeah.
It would be like, dude,
Foxes,
my mind is
Foxes,
blown.
Boxes, stop tweeting about being interruptive during our podcast. Dang it.
You asshole!
Start focusing
I
on
will
what we're
find
doing.
you, and I actually live kind of close to you at times.
Okay, guys. Now who's being more
I am-
distracting?
You are. Because you're tweeting while we're podcasting.
Recording.
I mean,
And
at least
also,
I'm keeping what I'm doing quiet.
And not...
Anyway,
Also, Cartoon Network.
we should
I don't know. Go ahead.
back on track.
Sorry about that.
Back on track. We all have sort of that like memory of what Cartoon Network was for us. At least I think we
Yeah.
do.
yeah.
That was an open question, by the way. That was meant to be answered by everyone.
Well, if you're
And
gonna
so far,
ask,
none of you.
if you're going to ask a question, just ask a question. Don't vague.
I did ask a question.
It didn't sound like a question. Start speaking more clearly.
Like,
God.
I warned you about
That's
distraction.
hard to
but
do.
it's John.
it's Skype. Skype makes it hard to talk.
Still, I mean, you guys can hear me fine, I think.
But as the years go by, Cartoon Network did make some decisions that were kind of odd. Because remember, they used to also air the cartoons from the Teletoon from Canada.
Oh yeah, I remember when they started doing that, that's about when I actually started watching it a bit more. I remember they had Total Drama Island, they had 16,
I like 16 was good. I like Total Drama.
Yeah, definitely. Total Drama. I dropped Total Drama after World Tour, but it was still the reality show and animation nut in me just kind of had to appreciate that one at least a little.
And of course, they also gave us Johnny Test, which
Nerd!
No, see,
what's wrong with that?
I might be weird, but I don't actually hate Johnny Test. I actually watched that.
I
It
watched
like
plenty of it, but
it's not. I've seen most of the episodes of Johnny Test actually. It's not like it's not a masterpiece or anything close to.
I mean, it's not creative. It's entertaining.
Even as far as cartoons go, it's not a masterpiece, but it's still, like, it wasn't so mind-numbingly bad that I couldn't watch it. I could just kind of sit there and at least put it on.
Yeah, and we haven't got to
Oh,
Lunatics
funny.
Unleashed, so that.
I watched one episode of that.
I liked the
Yeah.
Tips Unleashed actually, but
It's all right.
So, I can't watch it because I keep hearing Titus.
this is all that's Kids MTV though. I
So,
mean, they kind of go hand in hand, but still.
so how about that CN reel?
Yeah, this is where we reach the ugly portion.
Yeah.
Okay, I've actually discussed this before with someone who actually has run a business, and there clearly was someone thought it was a good idea, but let's give you an idea of what CN Reel is. It's like watching Game Show Network and then seeing Breaking Bad.
It's pretty much like what if Cartoon Network wants to be like the Discovery Channel, pretty much.
Okay.
No, more accurately, it wants to be like Nickelodeon.
Just be glad it didn't go the TLC route where it got so, like, infatuated with its new kind of show that it completely lost what it was in the first place.
Ugh.
That's because they lost what it was by being infatuated with other things.
Yeah.
You said it.
So,
We miss you, Samurai Jack. We'll never know if you ever defeated Aku.
Well, hopefully that movie will be made eventually.
I don't know. That thing's been in more development hell than
Duke Nukem Forever.
what has been.
Or John Carter.
well, Duke Nukem Forever got
would
made,
replace
so that's
the
kinda,
role of Aku?
I will. I
Oh
volunteer.
yeah, I forgot. Mako's dead.
Yeah, because Mako.
Well, what about the Oh, I got it. The guy who played oh crap! It's like
His replacement on Avatar: The Last Airbender.
no, I was thinking the guy who played the fake Ra's al Ghul from Batman Begins. Something.
Oh yeah, Ken Wannabe.
Ken
Yeah.
Watanabe?
Liam Neeson?
Watanabe.
Yeah.
Ken Watanabe.
Yeah.
I don't.
Maybe.
I don't like
He doesn't
the
really have that voice though.
tip. Just a general tip. Don't bring
But
up
anyway,
Liam. Don't
Cartoon
bring.
Network had ended up canceling many of its best Twitter shows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's hard to. It's what's weird about me is I picked up Cartoon Network, started watching it at least a little more around the time everyone said it started going bad, because that's the kind of timing I have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because C Unreal gave
The
us.
best way to sum it up is
So, well, are we on the bad now?
Yeah.
We're on something.
Okay.
yeah, we're in the bad area at the same time.
We're on the bad and the ugly at the same time. Because they made some dumb decisions. They did.
They
They tried to
started
be-
off by canceling most of their good shows. Like,
Oh,
I understand
guys,
that all those shows were over. What?
Let me
I
know
hear-
when I
Oh
can.
God.
They
Let me
tried
Let
to
me
do-
lament to you. Let me lament
They're
to you
in
the
rage
tale of
justification.
Transformers Animated,
Here we go.
aka the greatest Transformers animated show since Beast Wars, aka goddammit Cartoon Network, why did you cancel it before it was going to air its last season, you bastards?
People, if you have any plans,
I'm just
anything
gonna-
scheduled, just cancel it. We're gonna be here a while.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. In fact, Cartoon Network they even tried to do dramatic live shows for kids.
They had
And
Power
that-
Prep.
Power Prep, that
they-
really sucked.
They had Survive This. I remember I actually watched Survive This for a surprisingly long amount of time.
They even had a show called Unnatural History, which basically was
National Treasure.
yes, and it only lasted one season.
Yeah.
They also had Do
Oh.
What Would Happen, which was basically they tried to force that upon the world, and that failed miserably.
It was
Let's-
basically
and
They
like
got, like
it was
And
basically.
then
Dude, what would happen was basically MythBusters without the explosions or science, which at that point
It's
is kind of like
Mythbusters on weed.
it's
I'm really-
Mythbusters without the Mythbusters.
Wait. No,
It's
you're
Mythbusters
kinda wrong.
Light.
If you're talking about Mythbusters, if it was high, that would be Methbusters.
Actually, it would.
aha!
Dude, what will happen is Mythbusters Light.
yeah.
No,
That's
no.
what it
It's
is.
like
Mythbusters, dude, what would happen is Mythbusters without the science.
Yes.
No, more actually, dude, what would happen is Mythbusters without any of the entertainment value.
yeah.
Oh yeah. And then they tried to get this. They did a show. They did a show based on the web video series, The Annoying Orange.
Ah.
I'll stand by.
You know, honestly,
The only-
Yeah, ever.
only
It might be terrible, but at least it's web content getting some respect.
but yeah, the
Sure,
thing
it's
is,
bad,
the
but
only
I
the
like
only
the YouTube.
the only good the only
Network
good the only good TV show based off a web show is the College Humor show, and I stand by that.
That's right. Really?
Yeah.
What channel
in
is that?
fairness,
Never
it's still better than the Fred movies.
College,
so we'll give
yeah,
it
College
that.
Humor
Oh.
show. College Humor show got like, it got 6 episodes on MTV around 2008, 2009, I think. And I watched them, and it wasn't as funny as what they have on their own website, but it still felt like something that could realistically be college humor, which is funny, so I enjoyed it. Because
It wasn't bad.
yeah, see, here's the thing about when you make a web show, a TV show, most of the times the TV shows, even if they are in some way written by the people who made the web shows, it then has to go through other writers and editing and corporate and all that stuff. The beauty of the web is that you can just put something out by yourself, and if it's your own idea, it stays that idea, and you're the only one who can change that. When you put something on TV, it goes through 10 levels, and the original creativity can very well just get kind of sucked out of it.
How does the episodes work for Annoying Orange? Because what the advantage for the web shows is that they're pretty short.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
And yet, the bad thing about this Annoying Orange show is getting a second season.
Yep.
Fuck.
Honestly, I'm not sure. It's better than anything having to do with the Fred movies, so I think we should count our. I'm so lucky on that one.
I want to talk about something that just won't die.
What?
Ben 10.
Oh, come on.
There are so
I'll
Can I
many
get
let-
that?
I'll-
spin-offs.
Let me explain.
I mean, it's good.
Again,
Well, it's not really.
It's not
Ben 10's first series was actually good.
Oh,
Just kept going.
That's my point.
No, here's
Okay,
Let me talk about Ben 10. I want to talk. Ben 10 was good. The first two seasons of Alien 4 were pretty good. Then everything went downhill. Then Ultimate Alien came out, and I was pretty much fuck this show.
yeah.
Then Omniverse came out, and I'm like, this isn't terrible.
You know, I think.
Okay.
I think.
What do you think of the live-action movies of Ben 10?
Oh no.
Okay.
Let's not discuss.
It would have
Okay.
Ben 10 live action movies. Let's just say it would have needed like the budget of Avatar to look anything. It's one of those concept that just needs a lot of money thrown at it to look decent with all the CGI stuff you have to do, and they obviously didn't have that. And it just
Yeah, that was something that was kind of screwed from the start.
it's one of those things
I
that
don't-
Ben 10's one of those things that's animated for a reason.
Yeah, it should always be animated.
But
Okay.
something that really, 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 really needs to die is Johnny Test, a.k.a. Worst Show Ever.
It's not
Well-
the worst show ever.
First of all, let me
No,
just say,
I've
And
seen
I-
worse, man.
Now,
I saw I was around when Control Delete was a thing.
Oh god.
When
Wait,
what?
and we haven't watched.
It's an awful
And I'm
lot,
guessing.
sorry.
See, here's the thing. You say Johnny Test is the worst show. I'm pretty sure none of us have seen Level Up.
Nope. Never watched it.
Anyway,
We don't
I
want
have
to.
Alright, but let me put it this
seen
way.
an episode.
Let me put it this
Why?
There are so many other shows that do the that formula better. Phineas and Ferb, Dexter's Laboratory. In fact, Johnny Test is Dexter's Laboratory, but with all the funny.
I'll
Definitely
admit it
a
does seem
reversal of
kind
it.
of. It does seem kind of too Dexter's Labby if done from a different angle. And again, I'm not saying it's anything great. It would just. I don't think it's the worst thing ever, like other people seem to. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen
Laboratory without
there's
no-
almost naked animals, which I have no.
Oh
which I
god.
don't understand.
Oh god, no. There's a special level in hell where they show that show forever. Oh god.
Popular in Canada for some reason.
Hmm.
okay.
But back to.
Let's talk.
Well, I was just gonna say back to Ben 10. I'm not completely sure of how like the fan base like general opinion on stuff. Am I the only person that actually likes Alien Force better than the original?
Ooh. Let me
I'm
explain.
not sure.
Okay.
Probably not.
Because
I
here's
mean, Alien Force wasn't bad.
Here's the thing, because my main problem was there's the zipper again. What is that? Stop fiddling. Whatever.
Welcome
Okay.
to Distractions, the TV series.
Alright, so basically my whole thing, the main reason why I like Ben 10 Alien Force better than Ben 10 really has to come down with Ben himself. because in the original, Ben is a 10-year-old, and he's stupid. And here's the thing, I don't like 10-year-olds, like, in general, like, the normal 10-year-old. I don't like 10-year-olds that much. I don't like them now. I didn't like 10-year-olds when I was 10 years old. So I don't, he was
I
an
didn't
annoying,
know he had so much self-loathing.
he was an annoying protagonist, and I didn't want to watch it. Ben 10 Alien Force, at least he was 16, he was still stupid, but they made it more of a character trait and a character flaw than, you know, just everything about him, something that you had to deal with for 20 minutes at a time. And I did appreciate that, among other things. So
The reason I had so much hostility towards Alien Force is because the final episode of the original series was a perfect finale to it.
And then they made another finale for it.
Hold on. The episode called Goodbye and Good Riddance. I love that episode. And if Alien Force followed up on the threads for those episodes, I would have been okay with Alien Force. But then they started to contradict the episodes they started to contradict Goodbye and Good Riddance, and I found out that they decided Goodbye and Good Riddance wasn't canon, which is extremely stupid because I saw the episode when it first aired, and it had no indication it was a what-if episode, meaning that it was intended to be the canon ending. So,
You know,
by retconning the perfect ending to the series, that is what killed the series for me.
we should do that with Media Martyrs. Just have like our finale, have our own finale, and then a bit later just be like, nope, that wasn't the final episode. This is the final episode.
No, I mean that it's okay if they say
It'll
that
never die.
It's the part that where the bullies find out that he can turn to an alien, but later at one point Alien Force, oh, the bullies are assholes again. And also in the same episode, his dad also found out about the aliens, but there was an entire episode of Alien Force dedicated to the fact his parents didn't know about the
I
Omnitrix.
remember that episode. That episode.
Oh, that episode, I hated that
I
episode.
did
It's
not
like,
like that episode of Alien Force.
It's like-
Well,
no, the reason I didn't like it was because you would think they would be upset because he was endangering his life. But no! The whole reason they're angry is because, oh, you lied to us!
Yeah.
So in other words, we have an entire episode that hinges on the retcon.
You know.
That is why I hate Alien Force
Okay,
so
you
much.
know, I know this is. See, I'm 14, so it's my job to think these kind of things. Wouldn't it be just so cool to have an Omnitrix?
Yes.
It would.
What?
I won't.
We're not arguing.
I know. I'm just bringing that up as just a random fact. I want one of those. Where can I get one of those?
We all.
Google.
Hold on, let me.
No, eBay.
Let me go to eBay, see if somebody's selling that. It's like, we're working Omnitrix. Buy it now, $30. Done. So,
I knew investing in alien technology was a good idea.
yeah, but,
Anyway, speaking of that was an example of that show should have died sooner than it did. Like, it got, like, how many sequel series?
3 sequel
like,
series.
unnecessary series?
Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, and,
Omniverse.
Omniverse, that was it.
It's the current one.
Well,
To be fair-
multiple seasons.
To be fair, I think I'm actually I haven't seen Omniverse yet, and I'm actually more interested in it than I was Ultimate Alien. So I
It's
might,
essentially a back to basics kind of thing.
yeah, and I kind of want a back to basic thing because the whole thing that turned me off from Ultimate Alien was it was kind of the same as Alien Force, but oh man, everything's bigger. We got ultimate forms of aliens, and it's just almost tiring in a way. It didn't feel like it was going to do anything incredibly interesting or new.
Actually, they had the Flamekeeper Circle, which I liked because they basically completely changed the idea of the Forever Knights. And when they brought in the Flamekeeper Circle, I'm like, thank you. This is who the Forever Knights are supposed to be like.
Dang it, apparently there's not a real working Omnitrix on eBay.
Uh,
Well,
Let me try Google.
okay. Uh-oh.
Basically, so I hate to, but yeah, my problem with Alien Force is that it's different.
We don't like
Although I think I have a legit reason to say that because I liked the finale, and they ignored that finale.
Oh, okay, this is a weird... Okay, somebody actually asked
Alright.
on Wiki Answers, can you get the real Omnitrix? And the answer was, sorry you can't, but if you think hard enough, you can become a gray matter and create the Omnitrix yourself. And then it tells us to study aliens, DNA, technology, transformation, powers, elements, and engineering. Let's do it!
Well, while there are some bad things on Cartoon Network, there are at least some good things currently on Cartoon Network, which
Bionic Titan, great.
like regular show, Adventure Time, Mad.
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
Can
You're
I-
not like Funny.
Can I just say,
Pretty much, the only reasons you should be watching Cartoon Network right now is regular show and Adventure Time. That's it.
Young Justice, okay, maybe not.
I still like Mad. It's good.
Okay, can I say, from what I've seen, I actually really don't like Adventure Time?
How come?
Oh, God.
It just...
May we remind you of what happened when you said that you didn't like the Star Wars?
Yeah.
You did, well,
here's the thing. I figured
this is that times 30.
Really? Because I thought after that I wouldn't be able to get lower. I was just saying, because I saw a bit of Adventure Time, and I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I just don't think it's the, oh my god, best Western animated show of our generation or whatever. It's just okay. Like, it's nothing.
That's why you need to watch more. You need to watch more.
No, but here's the thing. I thought okay, maybe I just saw an average episode. Maybe like it wasn't anything special. Apparently, the episode I saw was like a fan favorite episode, and I was just kind of like,
was it?
It was.
Which one was it?
It was the one with the Ice King and the VHS tapes.
Oh, you didn't like that
How
one?
did you like that one?
No, I didn't like that one. I didn't like that one.
Kessup, if you thought you had a 0 approval rating as of the Star Wars episode, you now have a -% approval rating. No one likes you.
You've gotten lower on the list, and I'm surprised by this.
Approval rating. Huh.
I don't know. Maybe.
No.
You're drunk, and how were
Well,
you?
in fairness, I will, in defense of Kazzup, to be the Kazzup apologist right now. There is one show that was better, that was Western animated, of our generation, that was better.
Knowing me, it's gonna be something I didn't like. Because
No. Well, maybe, I don't know. I'm not even sure if you saw it, that's the thing.
Okay, well, I'm safe there.
Samurai Jack.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, I haven't seen that, so people can't jump on me for my opinion of that.
Okay,
This was probably... It is one of the best shows... Go ahead.
After we are done, Kessup, go watch The Tower of Doctors Are Lost.
Okay.
That's an episode from Courage the Cowardly Dog, and it's awesome.
Oh, Courage, I've been meaning... Courage is another thing that... which also reminds me of Courage's, we need to have an insane fan theory for that. But I do kind of want to see more.
I like Courage. Courage was such a great show.
And actually, Courage is one of the ones where the insane fan theory does kind of make him out of sense from what I've seen. Yeah, I mean...
Samurai Jack, the best show to never get another season.
To not have a series finale.
One of the many.
Yep. Now, what were you going to say? The best show to not what?
To not get a...
The best show to get not one of the greatest shows never to get a finale.
Oh.
Teen Titans?
I don't like Teen Titans either. Can I say that?
Kessup.
That one's a bit more understandable.
Yeah, let's just, Kessup,
Shape you.
yeah, let's just end this episode before an angry mob wants to lynch Kessup, so.
Well, it depends. Have we gotten in everything that we wanted to talk about?
Well, no, there's the recent injustice, depending on who you're asking.
And also recent depending on when we get this episode out.
To be continued in part 2.
Part 2.
We're having a part 2?
No. We're joking.
Okay, good.
We're gonna go more in depth.
We're not gonna. Did we talk about
We need to get some more experienced people with that.
About when Cartoon Network made the dumbest decision ever, which was...
No, that was canceling Samurai Jack. We already went over that.
The second dumbest... Well, no. The second dumbest decision ever was canceling Transformers Animated. As you can tell, I'm still bitter, and I will never not be bitter. But the third biggest mistake that they made... What?
Young Justice and Green Lantern?
Transformers Animated takes precedence.
We won't go into depth about this, but we might as well mention it now.
You know,
Green Lantern, I guess we'll just get in initial opinions. I actually thought Green Lantern was pretty good. Not great. I've seen better out of Bruce Timm.
Green Lantern was another show that gets added to the pile of, I see trailer, I say, ooh, I want to watch that. I never watched that. And now I feel bad for not watching it because it's getting canceled, and I feel like I could have done more.
I mean, let me put it this way. Young Justice and Green Lantern were alright, but I didn't really watch them. So I'm kind of at fault.
Same case with me. The way I looked at Young Justice was the best way to put it was Young Justice. I never understood the like for it because it was so. The only reason why I could justify its being liked was because it was very DC fanboy heavy.
Yeah.
And so the people who liked DC loved it, but it's like if you didn't care for DC like me, you just go, I don't care about any of these people. I don't know who they are, and yeah. That was the problem with it.
I'm happy with Kid Flash being a main character. Oh, wait.
It's like, that was the thing about the Teen Titans TV show that I liked, was that I could watch it without feeling like, oh, I need to know years of continuity that I don't want to look through. I don't want to go through 70 plus years of continuity to figure out any of these characters' motivation.
I mean, I've been spending my entire life avoiding comics, and believe me, following Roxas and Tash on Twitter hasn't made that easy. But so I am not too interested in having to follow a bunch more stuff just to get one thing.
It's like, at least with Green Lantern, it much like that's why Green Lantern I liked more, because you could just jump right in.
Yeah. Also, I liked the Green Lanterns and the idea of Green Lanterns.
Because if you also follow Fire Fairy, right?
No.
Oh, well, if you follow her.
And now I guess Fire Fairy is learning about that.
But if you
you gotta rectify that as soon as possible.
If you follow Fire Fairy, this is all you need to know about comic books. Fuck you, Scott Lobdell.
I have no idea.
Even better yet, if the follow her. The best part about it for me as a joke is I follow her Tumblr. It's all DC. Like, yep, everything is DC for her, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Also, for the record, I'm a Blue Lantern. Just saying.
Hells yeah.
I'm a Gray Lantern.
I'm a Blue Lantern.
Yeah.
Gray Lanterns don't care.
The best way.
Wait.
But like I said,
yeah.
To me, this is totally in character for Cartoon Network, though it can shows that people like because of merchandising.
Yay.
Merchandising.
Well, to be honest, in the case of Transformers Animated, it was a lot more complicated.
Yeah, like, in the case of this show, it really was, they didn't get good merchandising off of Young Justice and Green Lantern. Because I believe Cartoon Network has the merchandising rights.
Basically, I think Cartoon Network has become the animated version of Fox.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Or G4.
But they're owned by Warner Brothers.
Actually, I think it's fair to say that Cartoon Network has become the animated equivalent to EA Games.
That too.
So Fox is News Corporation, and G4 I think is Comcast. And so none of them are.
See,
basically, the best way to put it is, basically they've canceled so many good shows in the past 10 years. They even canned Toonami, which I still can't watch the final Toonami broadcast ending video. I still can't after all this time.
Wow, I Again, I wasn't, like, well, at least we got that back. We got that
Yeah,
back.
we got that back. I mean, it's not to its former glory, but I'm glad we got something out of it.
Yeah, though, we're all...
Now he's back, bitches.
We're all watching J.O.'s stream at that time, so...
Well, she tries to end it as it begins.
Hey, Strauss.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Bang.
What was that?
Bang. It's from the final broadcast thing.
Oh, God. No, that brings up other memories. Similar thing, though.
Yeah.
Because we set up for the final broadcast. It's for something even worse. See you later, Space Cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
On that note, I think it's time to end this. And on that note, watch Cowboy Bebop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and ending on a somewhat non-sequitur. Watch Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
You should. Why aren't you? It's great.
Because I'm
What is wrong with
podcasting. I'm podcast. Don't judge me. Well, actually, everyone's already judged me like a bunch, so that's kind of futile.
Yeah, we don't need more. We don't need you to get judged more.
Yeah. I haven't seen Cowboy Bebop though, so there's that.
Yeah, that's alright.
You're only 14, so you got time to rectify that.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll be soon. So
Okay.
let's ask the important question: what have we learned today?
Cartoon
Kazzup
Network seems to. Kazzup is the guy who's getting increasingly unpopular here.
Yeah.
I've learned that Cartoon Network keeps tumbling down.
Honestly, that's actually a great way of using it.
Yeah.
As we've
Well,
learned,
but-
if it's popular and it's on Cartoon Network, it's probably going to get canned.
Here's the
If
thing.
it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I think we and a lot of other people have a very love-hate relationship with Cartoon Network.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it.
Like, we're like, oh, they're canceling all this stuff, but you had all this stuff, and you all these good shows, and why must you toy with our hearts?
Because
Yeah,
Stuart
pretty much.
Snyder is an asshole. Stuart Snyder can go to hell.
Stuart Snyder, go to hell.
You know, if it wasn't for these pesky labs, yeah, never know.
Okay, I'm gonna head off, guys.
Alright.
Yeah,
Well,
okay, good night, folks.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we're about done.
Yeah, we're
Good night.
now into horrid rambling, and that's probably a bad sign. So,
Yeah.
we're tumbling down. Good night,
Yes.
folks.
Good night.
Good night, New York City.
Good night.
Thank you, Cleveland!